yeah everybody, I have been seeing this blue eyeshadow movement on Instagram thanks to Kim Kardashian West and her celebrity makeup artist Mario Dedivanovic. I hope I said his name right. So Mario. So the Mario KKW palette has been all over social media and it has sold out. Those lip kits have sold out. So I was just thinking if I could actually try this pop of color, this pop of blue and do this really bold eyeshadow thing for my channel. So I know a lot of people, I'm also somebody who follows a lot of makeup tutorials for references and how they go about blending shades and how the transition shades work and stuff like that. For this particular tutorial I have referred I Love Sarai's YouTube channel. I'm going to be linking it down below. And I think it's there might be copyright strikes or something like that. I presume that's a thing on YouTube these days. So if you actually use their clippings without their permission, they can have a copyright strike or something like that. So I don't want any such issues. I'm just this channel is for fun and stuff like that. So let me take you right in on how I go about doing my blue eyeshadow look, and I really hope, fingers crossed, this comes out well, because I have almost never done a bold eyeshadow and definitely never a blue on my eyes. Let's go. So following I Love Sarai's tutorial, I don't have the KKW Mario palette, but I do have the Pat McGrath Decadence 4 palette, which has these couple of amazing blues. So I'm going to be using this, and for the transition shades I'm going to be going into the ColourPop Yes Please palette. So I'm not able to find my paint pot today, otherwise I would have primed my lids with that. I'm instead going to be going in with my concealer and going over my lids. Now that that's done, it will cancel out the darkness that's on my eyelids. I shall be setting this with a powder. Since this is going to be like a dark eyeshadow sort of a situation, I am not going to be using any moisturizer or makeup on the rest of my face until I'm done with this, because I'm sure there is going to be some amount of fallout. Now I shall be first going in with the Morphe R38 brush and going in with this transition shade right here, this one, and going into the crease with this. Now that that's done, I'm going to be going in with this brown shade here in the Yes Please palette, and I'm using the same brush and going back into my crease to deepen this. I have told you guys that I tend to kind of draw my crease a little higher than where it actually is because of my hooded eye situation. So that's what I'm doing right now. This is a pretty fluffy brush and it does the job really well. I think it's slightly, this Morphe R38 it's similar to the MAC, I think it's the 212. It's a very similar fluffy brush. I'll now be going into the next darker shade, and they seem to have used the brown as a sort of a rim, if I could even say that. That seems to have been the starting point, and then they have gone in to fill the lids with the really lovely blue. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this very chocolate brown and mixing it a little bit with the shade and then going back into my crease. Now that that's done, a lot of experts would actually cut their crease before doing this, but I'm just going to try and go into the Pat McGrath Decadence palette and use this really lovely electric blue. It doesn't seem to have its name around here. I am actually looking for my Marc Jacobs smudge brush. I thought that would be good, but since I can't find it, I'm going to be going into my MAC 21, is this a 9 or the 4? I'm not sure. So I'm going to be going into this electric blue in the Pat McGrath palette and try and pat it all across my lid. Oh, this doesn't need a cut crease. This is doing the job for me. Oh, so if you have a really pigmented eyeshadow palette and if you have a flat shader brush like this, I think you don't really need to go into your concealer and then cut your crease and stuff like that. So as I have figured this out now, as I see in this film Sully, I didn't have like a practice run for this. I'm doing it for the first time, so if I mess up, I mess up on camera. I kind of like that challenge in a way. So you'll know how a makeup infant can actually go about doing a makeup look and what happens if I ruin it. I should actually be using this brush a little more. It's actually a hidden gem that I haven't learned to use. Looks like I can actually carve out a winged liner with this brush itself, which is a miracle, a medical miracle. And very interestingly, I don't see fallout. Oh holy moly, Mummy Pat McGrath, what an eyeshadow palette. So Pat McGrath is referred to as the mother on the Instagram account, and a lot of people say mother has dropped a palette, mother has dropped an an eyeshadow palette and lipsticks and eyeliners and stuff like that. So kind of nice. I think I'm done here with this eye. See, there are two blues in this Pat McGrath Decadence 4 palette. One is a slightly electric blue, the other is a really dark indigo. So especially in my outer corners, I have mixed in the indigo a little bit so that the situation can happen. So now going back into this eye, I'm going to be going into with a brown for my lower lashes. So let's see how this goes. This is the Sigma's pencil brush. I think, I'm not sure if this is balancing out well, but I'm going to be going in with a little bit of a gold for my inner corner, just to brighten this space up. I am going to be, I think, working with a slightly darker shade of brown now, closer to my lash line. Yeah, I think that works for me. I hope it works. I shall now be going in with my foundation. This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick in Warm Neutral 4.5. Before that, I should actually moisturize. This is actually the Max Stroke Cream. I'm going to be using the Zoeva Skin Foundation brush to buff this in. And now going in with the foundation stick. I've really fallen in love with this Zoeva Skin Foundation. Okay, it's the Silk Finish 102 foundation brush. I never thought I would actually like a foundation brush, leave alone love it. And I see that I'm reaching out for this a lot more than the Beauty Blender. Actually, I like doing that. Now going in with my concealer. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Macadamia. Just using it where I have some darkness. I'm not just going to be swiping it all across. Zoeva concealer brush. I'm going to be going back and tapping the concealer in with my fingers so that hopefully it will blend well. I'm just going to be packing some powder underneath my eyes. And now I'm going to be going back into the pencil brush and going into the Colourpop palette, and I'm going to be taking a slightly lighter brown. I shall link the names down below, and go back to my lower lash line to kind of hopefully see if I'm doing a reasonably good job. I'm using the Pat McGrath's black dual ended marker to line my eyes. Actually, a lot of artists use false eyelashes for a bold eyeshadow look like this. I'm yet to learn how to wear falsies, so when I do, I'll probably demonstrate how I go about doing it. Now that that's done, I'm going to be actually using some more powder across my face. This is the Clinique Stay Matte Pressed Powder. It's time to contour a little bit. I am not going to go too harsh with my contouring today. Just going into my bronzing powder and going with my contour lightly. The trick that I actually learned from a couple of these YouTubers is to actually bring your contour and then connect it to your eyebrows. Well, I try. Now that that's done, I shall be going in with my blush. This is the MAC Peaches. Because the eyes are really heavy, I'm going to be going very light-handed with everything else. I think I'm usually light-handed, but a little more light-handed, if you may. It's time to line my lips. This is the MAC's Mahogany. Now that that's done, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Kristen lip gloss. This is actually a very lovely nude for me. See, the thing with nude lipsticks and glosses is that what works for me may not work for you at all. I thought I'd go back into the inner corner and highlight it a little bit, and this is how I would actually go about doing my blue eyeshadow look. I really like Mario as an artist, and I have been following how he goes about doing his makeup on so many people. I have seen his photographs. I mean, the photographs that come on models that he works on. So anyway, I used the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, and as I told you, the Colourpop's Yes Please palette to achieve this look. I hope you like it, and I really hope this turned out fine. If you have any comments, please leave it down below, and I shall see you in my next video. Until then, this is Chinmayi saying bye-bye.